Welcome to the Thomas Robert Fitness channel. Explore weightlifting, calisthenics and cardiovascular training for the ultimate fusion of strength, endurance and lifelong health.
So in today's video I would like to show you how to build a gym under $1,000. Actually you can do it because I did it and I'm quite proud of it. As far as you can see now, the gym prices are pretty high everywhere in the world. So, and you know, I really like to train alone and listening my own music and sometimes be a little bit more louder than it would be considered normal in a commercial gym. So for me is the best way to do my training sessions, and as far as I'm doing like minimum 4 and maximum 6 sessions per week, I like it that I have an access to these gyms anytime during the day, and I don't have to prepare or wait for any different kind of machines here. As you can see, I'm only doing the basic stuff like bench press, shoulder press, squats, deadlifts, dips, and using free weights and bars mostly. And I really like this way of training. As you can see, it's not too big, but I managed to find place for everything. As you can see, this bar holder on the wall is completely homemade. It's do its job. It didn't cost me any money at all. Yeah, it's a little bit rusty as you can see, but man, I don't think so that the most important thing to pay a few $100s for something that is only holding bars. Like this weight rack on the wall. It's completely homemade, as well a little bit rusty, but one of my friends was able to weld it together. I have another one here. As you can see, these weights, actually you can see everything is quite rusty as well. I found these weight plates on the Facebook marketplace. I paid very little money for them, so rather buying everything new, I try to find it second hand and try to make it as cheap as possible. The best thing when you start to build your own gym, that you will get some help from here and there. Like this chin-up bar was made one of my friend's father, as far as I can remember. It was like 12 years ago or something like that. But yeah, as you can see, I can put some bands over it, so it holds some apparatus as well. Yeah, it's not perfect. I know there are some better chin-up bars with different kind of you know, grips that you can use, but look, I'm fine with it. Yes, some free weights on the floor. Yeah, and I wanna talk about the floor. So I had to buy this kind of floor from a company here in Hungary. I had to pay $300 for the whole gym floor. It's quite thin, so if you drop down the weights, it's still very loud, but it looks really good, and I think that was the best choice back then. So actually I paid $50 for these fancy weight plates. But look, the bench was completely free. Actually, the story of the bench is hilarious. As you can see, we welded this kind of safety platforms. When you're doing your heavy bench presses by yourself, you can put it down there if you're not able to fulfill the repetition. So this bench was completely free. As I mentioned, one of my friend was walking back home from a commercial gym like 12 years ago, when we didn't have this small gym in my basement, and it was outside in the garden, and my friend rang the bell and he said like, we would like to have it, and the guy is like, it's yours. So we got the bench, and alongside with this, now it's actually a power rack, I would say, but it used to be a Smith machine. As you can see, we had to cut it and we had to weld it together and make it a little bit smaller so we can put a bar on this kind of homemade little safety pins pointing out from there. And you can do deadlifts, you can do seated calf raises here, and we try to, I think it wasn't the best idea to do that. If I would be able to turn the time back, I would keep it as a Smith machine, and because, you know, it's a really good apparatus, but it is what it is now. Now the parallel bar was completely free. It's homemade again. We welded together, and I think the wall leather cost me like $25 or $30. So as you can see, we try to make it happen with as much as we have. You can see here that it's welded, and yeah, it's there is rust here as well. But look, it's working, and I was able to do dips on it with plus 25 or 35 kilograms. If you want to do, you can put it up and you can use it as a chin-up bar. Now this section is the most expensive section. You can see this is a quite new treadmill and the bench as well. Even though they look new, they are not. Actually, I bought them from second hand on the internet again, and it was quite cheap, the bench and the treadmill as well, especially because it's not really a treadmill, so there is no motor in it. It's much more like a walking treadmill. So yeah, here are some stuff. As you can see, it's a hyperextension bench. Again, it's completely homemade. We welded together. Cost me like really, I don't even know, $10 or something like that. So yeah, the treadmill. So I bought this one for $300. Facebook Marketplace again. I was searching for this, I think, for like 3 months, 4 months. So rather than run to a wholesale or a retailer, I always try to find something on the internet and make sure that I will at least buy it for like 50% of the retail price, and I made this happen because I think the original retail price for this one is more than $600, and now it's even more expensive. I paid $50 for the boxing bag many years ago, and I still hit it many times, and I think it's worth it money, definitely. You can hook up here. As you can see, it's completely homemade. It's made out of I don't even know, I found something and we welded together. So yeah, I didn't pay money for that. And yeah, the boxing bag was again $50 or something like that, and there are some stuff that you can use to put it up there. And I just love this kind of two different kind of cardio apparatus, so that's what I'm doing if I do cardio. So this bench is my best buy so far. I paid $200 for it, and the retail price now is $450. Even though it was second hand, but I think it was completely new because it just didn't have any repair or didn't have any sign of use. As you can see, you can adjust the seat, you can adjust to different kind of angles, and even you can put like a leg extension, preacher curl, biceps, and oh yeah, the wheels. I always wanted to have a bench with wheels. It's much easier to move it around in the gym. Even though at the first time I sent a message to the guy that I want with wheels, and he said there is no wheels on it. And when he brought it here into my house, I pointed out like, here is a wheel, man. What are you talking about? So the graffiti was completely free, as a good friend of mine is a great tattoo artist and an artist as well, and a huge fan of Arnold. So we were thinking about that this wall is such a great surface for this graffiti. And yeah, at the end, I think the whole gym, as I showed you, it's a little bit over $1,000, but not really, like $40 or something like that. Of course, if you start to build something from scratch now, perhaps it's going to cost you a little bit more, but not too much. I'm glad that I was able to build a kind of good physics in this gym in the last 10 years. So if you start it over right now, try to keep to the basics. Try to make sure that you will buy the most important stuff, like a very good bench. Try to find something that you can do the basic exercises, shoulder press, bench presses, squats and stuff like that. And perhaps I will update in the future, but for now I think I'm glad with this gym. See ya!